There's trouble.
You're telling me I need your help.
We look for you all over town. They missed Nick in the rain.
Nick is in my car. He's dead. Now listen, just listen. I went to the Crystal Palace about an hour ago. Vartova shows up. He changed his plans. He's looking for Joe. Now, he didn't see me. I went straight to Vartova's to warn Joe. Nick was there with a gun. I jumped at him. Joe took a shot that was meant for me.
Is Novak dead?
No. Not the last time I saw him. Look, we were trying to get rid of Nick's body. Vartova pulled up in the driveway. Joe's car was parked outside, so we had to stay to bluff it out.
How does he plan to explain the fact that he's bleeding all over Vartova's office?
We took a towel. We pressed it against his wound inside his shirt. He's wearing a jacket.
Did he find something? Evidence, Finelli. Vartova's records.
Yeah. I was so concerned about getting Nick out, I didn't think to bring the stuff with me.
The body's in your car.
In the alley.
All right, give me the keys. I'll take care of it.
Look, if Nick is never found, Joe's got a perfect cover. Vartova will think that Nick took his records and then turned him in and went underground.
Right, I understand.
But Buck knows what to do. How do we get Novak out of there?
He gets himself out.
I don't want him admitted to a hospital no matter what. Bullet wounds attract attention. Too much attention.
That's why I told him to meet us at Dr. Roger Coleridge's, corner of Claremont and the Drive.
Oh, hello, you two.
Hi, John.
Hello. Friend isn't very nice, Johnny.
Which friend?
Your favorite actress, Barbara Wilde. She's suing Roger for malpractice. $1 million worth.
This July, SoapNet is fired up.
You watch your tongue.
The dispute around Sammy's pregnancy heats up.
Those whack job Ramirez tried to kill you.
How will she make peace?
She's turning you into a lovesick puppy.
The heat is on.
Let me just cut to the chase.
Watch Days of Our Lives all July long on SoapNet.
Oh my God, Star's dead.
You should have never come down here, Cole. This man tried to kill you. He raped your mother. He kept you away from the girl that you love. Just kill Todd. Do it, Cole. Avenge your mother.
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet. A tycoon and a good Samaritan.
I can help you.
A cop and an ex-con.
Decide to keep me company?
A mobster and a computer geek.
You don't have to go through this alone.
Think these oddball pairs are fun? How about a dishwasher and a rat? Cooking up comedy in a gourmet restaurant.
Together, we can be the greatest chef in Paris.
Catch all the unlikely friendships on AMC, One Life, and GH. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights on SoapNet. And don't miss Disney Pixar's Ratatouille, now in theaters.
I don't know about you, but I often stop and wonder, what if? Like, what if I didn't make it to the World Championship in 1983? Or what if I didn't break my leg in front of millions of fans a few years later? My thoughts used to center on my game.
Then, like you, I had a family and discovered what worrying was really about. What if something happened to you? How would your family get by? Could they pay the mortgage and your other bills? Would the kids' education suffer? Many folks don't have enough life insurance, and if you're counting on what you have at work, consider this. Half of all workers lose their coverage when they retire. And the older you are when you try to replace it, the more difficult and expensive it can be, even if you're in the best of health.
Fortunately, there's Life Choice, an affordable offer from Colonial Penn for folks age 18 to 75. It provides up to $25,000 in affordable whole life insurance protection.
At some of the most reasonable rates you'll find anywhere. You'd think it would be tough to get protection like this, but it's easy. All you do is answer 3 simple health questions. No medical exam is required, and once accepted, your coverage cannot be canceled. This is not a term life insurance plan that offers you coverage for a set number of years and then stops. This is permanent whole life insurance. It fully protects from day one. There's no waiting period. And your benefit amount, as much as $25,000, is guaranteed not to decrease, ever.
What's more, your premium is guaranteed never to increase. Plus, the plan builds cash value you can borrow against for any reason. If you're between 18 and 75, you can take advantage of this affordable offer from Colonial Penn.
For free information, pick up the phone.
Call 1-800-544-6500 to receive free information in the mail.
You'll also get this handy guide to life insurance absolutely free. Call 1-800-544-6500 or visit our website at colonialpenn.com. There's no risk or obligation. That's 1-800-544-6500. Operators are standing by. Call now.
Janie, just cool it. Roger, if you've been feeding this girl wine again, I'm warning you. She's not the kind of kid...
I've had no wine. I've had 14 cups of coffee, and I'm speaking the gospel truth. He saved Barbara Wilde's life. In return, she is hitting him with $1 million malpractice suit.
Look, I don't get what you're
See,
talking...
he doesn't believe it. Neither would I if I hadn't heard her tell him. Fortunately, I did.
Unfortunately, so did I.
Well, you said last night that Barbara Wilde was going to get better. Why?
That's what I still say.
Oh, she's making a huge mountain out of a molehill. I swear, it's outrageous.
Wait, what molehill? What do you mean?
She can't move her legs.
It's a temporary condition, John, caused by swelling at the base of the spine.
Well, of course they're swelling. You should have seen the fall she took. I mean, just thinking of it makes my vertebrae hurt. She went down like a ton of bricks, Johnny. I mean, your body just doesn't recover from that kind of trauma overnight. So her legs are numb. You know, she's lucky they weren't broken in little pieces.
Maybe I should have you talk to her.
Well, could I?
No, I just meant that I like your attitude.
Well, I'm just not reacting like a star.
Or being like E.J. Ryan.
No, it's not me. Johnny, if you were in her position, wouldn't you give yourself time to heal?
Well, yeah,
right,
sure.
So would anybody with a normal ego. But Barbara Wilde is special. She wants a miracle.
Roger, you're saying the lady can't move her legs. They're numb. She can't feel anything in them.
The swelling is blocking the nerve endings, John. It's strictly temporary. I mean, it has to be that.
Poor lady.
Yeah, I felt sorry for her, too. Till she decided to make her million by kicking him out of medicine.
Please, Jane.
Oh, she can't do it. She couldn't win that in a million years.
All right, well, he knows that. Don't you, Roger?
There's the faintest possibility, John, that if somebody else did that test... But the procedure went perfectly.
What test?
It's called a myelogram, and it involves injecting a radio-opaque substance into the spinal fluid. If you go in too high, you could hit a nerve, and that would cause injury to the lower extremities. But I went in low. I was especially careful because Barbara knew the danger of the test, and she fought the whole thing. But believe me, that needle did not slip.
She didn't want the test, Roger.
But he had to do the test. Otherwise, she could have had compressed vertebrae and Lord knows what else, and they wouldn't have treated it. And then, watch out, 1 million, 10 million. You had to do the myelogram. There's no question about that.
Thank you, E.J.
Well, I'm just doing my part. I can be objective and still be your friend. I got that down pat in journalism school.
The swelling's going to go down, right, Raj?
It's supposed to. I thought there'd be a marked improvement yesterday.
Excuse me, I got a customer.
You know what I think? I think she is improved, but she won't say so because she is turning this into one big fat publicity stunt.
You know what Johnny thinks? Johnny thinks I'm in trouble.
Oh, well, stick with what you think, what you know. You know that needle didn't slip. Am I right?
You're right. You know, you're being very fierce on my behalf.
Well, sorry.
No, Jane, I like it. I like being protected. In fact, I love it. I could become very easily addicted to it.
No, you're just feeling vulnerable today because you are under attack today.
Today and many other days. Tell you what, why don't you come back to my apartment and I'll tell you all about it.
Where's Bobby? In the kitchen or upstairs? I don't care what he told you. I have to see
Wait,
him.
wait. This time of night, I would think he'd be at the Crystal Palace. As a matter of fact, why aren't you?
I couldn't stay. I was scared. Johnny, this is important. Now, if he came and he left, please tell me where he went. We had an awful fight.
Delia, what's the matter?
I'm looking for Bobby. I guess I'll look somewhere else. Well...
Delia, if you're all upset about fighting with your brother, I wouldn't worry about that. I used to fight with my brothers all the time.
Look, Jane, it just so happens that I only have one, and if I don't get him back right away, I might never see him again. I'd be absolutely alone. My parents are dead, you know. I have no husband, no immediate relatives.
Don't forget little John.
My son can hardly manage the Crystal Palace.
Well, hey, you mean Bobby quit?
He was here, wasn't he?
Oh.
Well, then how did you know he quit? You don't seem surprised at all.
Well, I just assumed Bobby would want to do the right thing. Now maybe you will, too.
Johnny, I don't need a lecture. I need some understanding. This place is
Excuse me.
You so... Oh, walk away!
Right
Great!
Hello, Ryan.
Look, Delia,
You know, unless you're going to tell me how I can get my brother back, I don't want to hear it.
Dee, you said before you were afraid to go to the Crystal Palace without Bob there. I mean, what are you afraid of exactly?
Roger, it's for you.
Just mind your own business. Why does everybody get sympathy but me?
that's a toughie.
What kind of emergency?
It's a serious wound, and it can't be treated at the hospital. Beyond that, you have to trust me. I'm trusting you, Roger. I'll be waiting at your place.
Jack, if you're hurt.
Not somebody else. Now, don't say any more, in case you're overheard. Just come as fast as you can, please.
All right, 10 minutes, so well.
Don't start picking on me.
Okay. Look, about our little talk back at my apartment, could we do that tomorrow night?
Did I say I would go with you to your apartment?
Oh, not in so many words.
I didn't think so. We'll talk. I'll check with you about Barbara.
Don't be so offhand.
He is the rudest man on... Gonna find Maeve. Did I hear you say Barbara is in Barbara Wild?
Yeah, she's suing him for malpractice.
What?
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I left as soon as you called.
We just pulled in. Perry Wood, Dr. Roger Coleridge.
Are you the patient?
Perry's a law enforcement officer. Patient is Joe Novak.
Joe? Where is he?
On his way here, we hope.
Jack, what's going on?
We can't tell you the whole story, Roger. Joe has a gunshot wound. He's lost a lot of blood by now. He's in bad shape. Now, for reasons which I'm not free to tell you, but which involve Joe's own safety, we can't take him to a hospital. So I'm asking you to treat him here, and I'm asking you to keep quiet about it. I don't have to tell you. It's important.
By law, I can't treat a gunshot wound without reporting it.
We know that.
I don't believe this. I've got a woman suing me for malpractice, and you want me to treat a man with a gunshot wound and not report it. How much trouble do I have to be in?
Perry. Dr. Coleridge, I'm a federal agent assigned to the Special Task Force on Organized Crime. I'm asking you to treat Mr. Novak. In effect, you'll be working for the government. Anything you do here is classified information. There'll be no fallout, I promise you.
Suppose he dies.
We assume you'll do your best to prevent that happening.
Look, Roger, you don't want to do it, I'll understand, but let us know now. Trust me.
Where was he hit?
In the side. It was a .22 slug. There was a small entry wound, no exit wound, so the bullet's still in there.
Much bleeding?
Not a lot.
That means he'll be internal bleeding. I need blood. I'll have to type him. Look, I don't know if I can help him here, but I'll try.
That's all we can ask.
All right, how long ago did this happen?
45 minutes, an hour.
How's Joe getting here?
In his car.
Anybody with him?
I hope not.
You both understand that Joe has very little chance of still being on his feet.
Court has no right to punish us for helping people.
Welcome to the night shift.
I need a trauma room. One is open.
Where's my patient?
How's she doing?
She's barely breathing.
We're gonna get you help, okay? I've considered how my HIV would affect the life of the child, and then right about then my brain just freezes up, and I tell myself to forget about the whole thing.
No!
All right, let's get him on the backboard. 1, 2, 3, up.
The SoapNet original series, General Hospital Night Shift, premieres Thursday, July 12th at 11 p.m. only on SoapNet.
Reason number 12 why you should own a Thermospas hot tub. They require no attachment to your home's plumbing. Simply fill it with a garden hose and plug it in. Thermospa's unique thermofiltration system is completely built in and filters the water an incredible 144 times a day. so your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance. All you need to do is enjoy yourself every day of the year. Call to receive a free DVD and 48-page brochure and learn the most important reason. Buying direct, you can own a Thermospas for only a few dollars a day. Call now and we'll include free delivery, free chemicals, and a $400 cash coupon. This $1,000 offer is free. Thermospas, luxurious hot tubs made affordable.
Just move your hips and lose weight in inches with Core Rhythms.
With Core Rhythms, I lost 20 pounds.
With Core Rhythms, I've lost 30 pounds.
And now you can try Core Rhythms for free. Everybody knows ballroom dancing is a fantastic way to get in shape. It's the hip action in Latin dance that creates a flat stomach and small waist. With Core Rhythms, you move your hips like a Latin dancer, and that tones and tightens all the muscles of your stomach and abs, your waist and hips, and your back.
Core Rhythms is the secret to getting in a dancer's body.
Only 2 weeks, I have lost 3 inches off of my waist.
I've lost 3 inches off my waist and 3 inches off my hips.
When you order, you'll receive the entire Core Rhythms Elite Dance Exercise DVD collection. If you bought these 4 DVDs separately, you'd pay over $120. Call right now and try Core Rhythms for 30 days for free. You won't find this offer on the web or in any store. You must call the number on your screen right now.
This is Jan's new home. And this is Jan after finding out that DirecTV will be paying her mortgage for a whole year. Why is Jan so lucky? Because she called this number before she moved and was automatically entered into the DirecTV Home Free Sweepstakes. Now she's living mortgage-free for a whole year. Are you thinking about moving? Call prior to your big day and you could be living mortgage or rent-free too. Lucky for you, there's a new winner every month. It's enough to make you jump for joy.
You get a good night's sleep, and don't worry about Roger and that Miss Wilde. Things like that have a way of working their way out.
Right. Thanks, Maeve. Good night.
Good night, dear.
Roger paralyzed a brilliant actress. He deserves what he gets.
You must be awfully tired.
Oh, I am, Maeve. I'm so exhausted.
Well, then why don't you go on up, and take a look at Little John and see if he needs the vaporizer, and if so, plug it in. What is it? Something with the tea?
No, it's something with me. Something that I've been trying to tell you for the past hour when I could get a word in edgewise. I don't know if you were listening. Maybe Jane's the only one that counts around here.
I heard that Bob was quitting. And I hardly think it was as long as an hour, dear. If I remember correctly, it was past 9.
Babe! I need help. I'm just gonna go to pieces if Bobby doesn't come back. I have to make him understand that and get him to stay.
Sounds to me like he made up his mind.
Well, he can change it if something happens.
Such as?
I don't know. I can't think. That's why I need you. In this kitchen. This tea. So I'll calm down and I'll think of something. Are you mad at me? I thought that at least you would feel a little bit sorry for me. I'm going to be trying to run the Crystal Palace all by myself. Joe's hardly ever around. It'll just be me and Orson. You know he was the guy that tried to attack me a couple of times. It's true, he's horrible. Bobby hates him worse than I do. Boy, if Orson ever did something. I think I'm gonna go upstairs.
No, dear, you just sit right back down. As long as you've been pressing this point, I might as well speak my mind. Now sit.
I think I'd like to go to bed.
Hi.
Oh.
Jill, hi. Jillian, how are you?
Oh, sort of wonderful. Do you have a minute?
Oh, of course.
You two go ahead. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Dear, just wait. Unless this is private.
Oh, no, it's all right. Fine.
Some tea?
Oh, no, thanks. You know, my business, all the Egyptian business, my client and the hiring of an archaeologist and the Queen.
Oh, yes, the man with the intriguing name.
Aristotle Benedict White. Ari, once you've met him. And Maeve, I've met him, and Spencer has hired him. Now, that's a short summary. I'll tell you the long version over dinner one night.
Well, congratulations, Jen. I can see that you're thrilled.
Oh, I am. With Queen Marie Cara in Egyptology and the
Queen who? I thought they had presidents in Egypt.
Oh, well, in the 19th dynasty, they had kings and queens. Marie Cara was a queen who lived almost 3,000 years ago.
Oh.
Will you be doing more work for this Mr. Smith? I mean, what's going to happen next?
Well, he does have a couple of projects that he wants to get me involved with. But the first thing is an Egyptian costume ball, sponsored by the museum. And since I am a patron of the museum, I am allowed to invite 2 guests. So, what do you say you and Johnny come for a night in ancient Egypt?
In costume?
Absolutely. Maeve, this is the event of the season.
Really? Who's doing the food?
Well, they really haven't decided yet where it's going to be held. I'm sure the food will be excellent, though.
Oh, they're not going to have it at the museum?
No, they had some sort of insurance problem. So, what do you say?
Well, darling, I think it's sweet of you to think of the 2 of us, and I'm sure the party will be grand. But can you see me in one of those draped things slit up the side, and John?
All right, I'm going to let you off the hook.
Not that we wouldn't love being with you.
No, I understand.
They really haven't decided. I mean, where they're having it, the ball.
No.
Maeve, I'll be right back. I'm going upstairs. I suspect little John does use that vaporizer. I'll go turn it on. Good night.
Good night. What was that about?
More aggravation, my dear, than I am willing to deal with tonight. I'd much rather concern myself with this exciting thing that's happening to you.
Next, it's Shocking Secrets in Salem on Days. Then catch the latest scandals on AMC. Later, things are heating up on One Life on SoapNet. In the tradition of Bennifer, Tomcat, and Brangelina, SoapNet's got Payla, Bo, and Jolena. Follow your favorite Salem super couples every move in prime time. Watch Days of Our Lives next, only on SoapNet.
I went straight for the jugular. I staged the kidnapping.
You've taken everything that matters from me.
I've learned from the best.
Nothing like a common enemy to reunite family.
I'm gonna bring you down, Slater.
Watch us take back what is ours.
Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
Happy peanuts soar over chocolate-covered mountaintops and waterfalls of caramel. Prancing nougat in the meadow sings a song of satisfaction to the world.
Working late giving you dry eyes? Introducing Visine Tears Lasting Relief. Its advanced dry eye formula is made to stay on the eye longer for relief that lasts.
Finally.
New Visine Tears Lasting Relief.
So you got the hottest cell phone. Now you need the hottest games and ringtones. Get the latest games and ringtones to use on your personal cell phone for only $9.99 right now. Text MY13 for Monopoly Here and Now. Text GG13 for Frogger 25th. Text SM13 for Super Mario Brothers. Or text TW13 for Walk It Out by DJ Unk. And send it to 77888. Choose from any of these great games and ringtones to use as your very own. And don't forget to text your choice to 77888.
Hello, I'd like to send a night telegram. Will that get there first thing in the morning? The museum near 5th? That's right. Oh, great. Okay, here's the message to the museum director. Dear sir, this is to offer you the use of Delia's Crystal Palace in nearby Central Park for your upcoming Egyptian ball. I will contact you with the details. Sincerely, Delia Reed Ryan Coleridge. That's R-E-I-D, Reed. Have you got that?
How do you spell Samaritan?
Shh.
Sorry. I just written it so many times, it starts to look like gibberish, you know what I mean?
Yes, that's right. Thank you so much.
Sorry. Look up in the dictionary. Where is that dictionary?
Capital S-A-M-A-R-I-T-A-N. Only if that's what you're calling Roger. You kind of mixed stuff.
Thanks. And good is G-O-O-D. That still looks right. Okay, it's off to the typewriter.
At this hour?
No.
Jane, don't you ever think of anyone but yourself? And my ex-husband? It's late and the family has to get to sleep.
Maeve and Johnny are still up, and you are still up. Now, who else is there?
You're missing the whole point.
How? Oh, you mean Little John.
Yes, that's exactly who I mean. Now, you may not be a mother, but you should know that children need to get their
That
sleep.
typewriter is not going to bother him. That vaporizer is so loud, it runs interference. I turned it on. He was coughing in his sleep. Do I bother you?
No, of course not. How could you possibly bother me?
Well, I'm not sure, but it seems to be happening on a regular basis.
Oh, nonsense. I hardly even notice you. And when I do, I could care less.
That's what I thought. Oh, well, I'd better write my story. I'm gonna have it on her desk first thing in the morning.
I thought you told Maeve you were going straight to bed.
Yeah, well, the story keeps writing itself in my head. Good Samaritan punished
For heaven's sakes, Roger is no good Samaritan. He's a liar and a thief. And sometimes he drinks too much and makes mistakes. Yes, I suspect that's exactly what happened the other night. I mean, first he did save Barbara well, and then he made a mistake.
He was cold sober. I was watching him in emergency and in surgery. He was solid as a rock.
Yeah, well, Roger is that way when he drinks. Then after a while, well, something only a wife would know.
Delia, now please don't go around saying that. People could use it against him.
Well, that's not my fault. I mean, if Miss Wilde summoned me to court, put me under oath, I'd have to tell the truth, including the fact that he did have several drinks before that accident. Now, if somebody wanted to use that against him, that wouldn't be my fault.
Considering the degree to which I've cooperated with you gentlemen, would you kindly tell me who shot Joe and why?
It's a long story.
Security's very tight.
Well, perhaps I'll get my answers from Joe before I lay a hand on it.
Is that a threat, Doctor?
Look, I don't like jeopardizing my medical career any more than it already is.
Happened at Alexei Vartovic's house. His man shot Joe while Joe was doing some undercover work. When he gets here, Roger, help him.
If he gets here, I will.
He has to come. And he has to bring those bank records. Otherwise, Vartova can go underground forever.
Say nothing of Joe bleeding to death. But doesn't that matter?
Sure it matters.
I couldn't tell.
Jack, I'm a realist. I don't like casualties, but I expect them. I'm afraid Joe's out of the picture. Sorry to waste your time, Doctor. There's no way he could last this long.
Night shift is dangerous.
Sexier.
Seductive.
Intriguing.
It's what goes on when the lights go down.
The SoapNet original series, General Hospital Night Shift, premieres Thursday, July 12th at 11 p.m. only on SoapNet.
Your wife's at a tell you she's in the food car with her sister.
Hey, how did Lisa talk you into this?
She's a friend.